The Lord be with you. I'm Deacon Keith Fournier, and our first reading is taken from the book of Daniel. While I was watching, thrones were set in place, and one most venerable took his seat. His robe was white as snow, the hair of his head as pure as wool. His throne was a blaze of flames, its wheels were a burning fire. A stream of fire poured out, issuing from his presence. 1,000,000 waited on him. 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The court was in session, and the books lay open. I was gazing into the visions of the night when I saw, coming on the clouds of heaven, as it were, a Son of Man. He came to the one most venerable and was led into his presence. On him was conferred rule, honor, and kingship, and all peoples, nations, and languages became his servants. His rule is an everlasting rule which will never pass away, and his kingship will never come to an end. And our response is taken from Psalm 97. Yahweh is king. Let earth rejoice, the many isles be glad. Cloud, black cloud enfolds him, saving justice and judgment, the foundations of his throne. The mountains melt like wax before the Lord of all the earth. The heavens proclaim his saving justice. All nations see his glory. For you are Yahweh, most high over all the earth, far transcending all gods. And our second reading is from the second letter of the Apostle Peter. When we told you about the power and the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ, we were not slavishly repeating cleverly invented myths. No. We had seen his majesty with our own eyes. He was honored and glorified by God the Father when a voice came to him from the transcendent glory. This is my Son, the beloved. He enjoys my favor. We ourselves heard this voice from heaven when we were with him on the holy mountain. So we have confirmation of the words of the prophets, and you will be right to pay attention to it as a lamp for lighting a way through the dark, until the dawn comes and the morning star rises in your minds. And a reading from the Holy Gospel according to St. Mark. 6 days later, Jesus took with him Peter and James and John and led them up a high mountain on their own by themselves. There in their presence, he was transfigured. His clothes became brilliantly white, whiter than any earthly bleacher could make them. Elijah appeared to them with Moses, and they were talking to Jesus. Then Peter spoke to Jesus. Rabbi, he said, it is wonderful for us to be here. So let us make 3 shelters, one for you, one for Moses, and one for Elijah. He did not know what to say. They were so frightened. And a cloud came, covering them in shadow. And from the cloud there came a voice. This is my Son, the beloved. Listen to him. Then suddenly, when they looked around, they saw no one with them anymore, but only Jesus. As they were coming down from the mountain, he warned them to tell no one what they had seen, until after the Son of Man had risen from the dead. They observed the warning faithfully, though among themselves they discussed what rising from the dead could mean. The Gospel of the Lord.